Good evening and welcome to the council meeting of Laurentian Valley's regular council meeting of January 21st, 2025. We'll begin with the Lord's Prayer. Please remain in your seats and join if you wish. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. I'd like to call this meeting to order with a mover and a seconder, Jennifer and Betty.
Moved by Councillor Gauthier, seconded by Councillor King. In the absence of Mayor Bennett, Councillor Hughley will assume the chair, and that the regular council meeting of January 21, 2025 be called to order at 5:30 p.m.
All in favor? Carried. Roll call.
Mayor Bennett, Reeve Watt, Councillor Gauthier.
Present.
Councillor Hewitt.
Present.
Councillor Hughley.
Present.
Councillor King.
Present.
Councillor Wren. All present except Mayor Bennett, Reeve Watt, and Councillor Wren.
Confirmation of the agenda, mover and a seconder. Betty and Councillor Hewitt.
Moved by Councillor King, seconded by Councillor Hewitt, that the agenda of the regular council meeting of January 21, 2025 be approved as presented.
All in favor?
Carried.
Carried. Any declaration of peculiar interests? Seeing none, we'll move on to minutes and notes. We have a mover and a seconder, Councillor Hewitt and Councillor Gauthier-Keel.
Moved by Councillor Hewitt, seconded by Councillor Gauthier, that the minutes of the regular council meeting held December 17th, 2024 be approved as presented.
All in favor?
Carried.
Carried. And a motion for the January 7th council and committee meeting. Councillor King and Councillor Gauthier-Keel.
Moved by Councillor King, seconded by Councillor Gauthier, that the minutes of the council and committee meeting held January 7th, 2025 be accepted by council, and that the resolutions from the committee meetings become resolutions of council.
All in favor? Carried. There are no delegations, so municipal reports. Treasurer's report. I guess the big report from our treasurer is he had a baby yesterday morning, baby girl, so that explains his absence tonight, and we're certainly excited to have somebody new to the LV family. Public Works Manager. Mark.
Report is there. I'm not sure if council has any questions. I know our biggest part of our, work at this time of year is winter operations, and it's been fairly good. It's even the long range doesn't look like a whole lot of snow, so it's good on the budget and good on the guys' morale as well. They're not as in the seat as many days, and just carrying on with regular maintenance activities.
If it continues like this, it's going to throw the 6-year average when you have 2 years like that in a row.
Yes, I know. I kind of look at the charts that I put out, and it's interesting how last winter season, how drastically it's dropped from where some of the averages were. So it's, I think in the last 10 years, there's been some winters like this, but not as extreme as it was last winter. And we're cold, but say precipitation-wise, it's similar this year to what it was last year.
Good. Any questions for Mark? Seeing none, planners report. I guess she's not beaming in. I had a question for her, but she's not here. But can we have a motion to accept the reports? Moved by Councillor Gauthier-Keel, second by Councillor Hewitt.
Okay, moved by Councillor Gauthier-Keel, seconded by Councillor Hewitt, that the council receive the following reports for December 2024 to mid-January 2025 at the regular council meeting of January 21, 2025. Public Works Manager's report, Planner EMC's report.
All in favor? Carried. So we have nothing under the Public Meeting Planning Act, but we do have business with regards to formerly TMM subdivision conditions, and Lori has a report that we've all seen. Does anybody have any questions related to that? Questions or concerns? Seeing none, can we have a mover and a seconder then? Councillor King seems to really want to get in there, so moved by Councillor King, second by Councillor Hewitt.
Okay. Moved by Councillor King, seconded by Councillor Hewitt, that the council establishes the conditions for removal of the holding symbol related to lands within zoning bylaw amendment file number Z 2024-10 for River Point subdivision 47T 23007, aka TMM subdivision, being bylaw 2025-01003 as follows. That A, that the owner agrees in writing to satisfy all the requirements, financial and otherwise, of the municipality concerning the provision of roads, installation of services, stormwater management and drainage by means of a subdivision agreement to be entered into between the municipality and the owner to the satisfaction of the municipality. B, that the subdivision agreement between the owner and the municipality be registered against the lands to which it applies once the plan of subdivision has been registered. C, that the conditions of draft plan approval as outlined by the municipality in the draft plan approval issued by the County of Renfrew have been met to the satisfaction of the municipality, and the subdivision agreement include the items and language required to address the conditions of draft plan approval. D, that safe and adequate access points are available, and if improvements are necessary, that there is an agreement that the improvements required to accommodate the use will be provided to the township's satisfaction, and for the lands within E, for the lands within block 100 on the draft M-Plan Surveyor's Certificate dated October 15, 2024, and zoned R3E10-H, in addition to the aforementioned conditions, the following conditions shall also apply. For lands identified on the draft plan of subdivision as proposed block 100, all of the provisions of the R3E9 zone shall apply. For lands zoned residential 3, exception 10 holding, R3E10-H, identified with an H suffix, subject to a holding provision, the holding provision shall not be removed, and development shall not proceed until such time as an environmental impact study, functioning servicing report, and stormwater management report. And further, that council rescinds resolution RM 17-06-079 adopted by council at the regular council meeting of June 20th, 2017.
All in favor? Carried. Under information items, there's the monthly annual report there. Anybody? It shows the full year-end report and totals for that. Anybody have any questions or concerns? If not, we'll move on to item B under business. I guess our congratulations go out to Shane Hubert. If you can extend those to him, Mark, that would be great. Certainly nice to see our staff extending their knowledge and their credentials, and I know it's a nice step for him to get that.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I know he was quite happy to get his certificate in the last couple of weeks, and he's been probably a couple of years, I guess, working at getting his CRS designation. So yeah, so congratulations to Shane on obtaining that. And there's some opportunities for him to continue with that program and some other training through AORs that I know a couple of staff are in. And the next step that they're working at is there's a Public Works Leadership Development Program that a couple operators are enrolled in, and hopefully the next year or so they'll be completing that. And that actually would take them to the Good Roads Conference where that certificate is presented there. So, so this is kind of first step in that process and completing that. So,
Very good.
yeah.
We're down to bylaws. Do we have a mover and a seconder for bylaws? Moved by Councillor Hewitt, second by Councillor Gauthier-Keel.
Moved by Councillor Hewitt, second by Councillor Gauthier-Keel, that the following bylaws be enacted and passed and be read a first, second, and third time and be numbered and signed by the chair and the clerk, sealed with the seal of the corporation and engrossed in the bylaw book this 21st day of January 2025. Bylaw 2024-01-001 to amend Bylaw 2023-09-049, expenses and allowances of the mayor, reeve, members of council or officers, persons appointed to local boards and committees for the Township of Laurentian Valley. Bylaw 2024-01-002 to authorize the use of internet telephone voting as alternative voting methods, as well as the use of optical scanning vote tabulators for the 2026 municipal election. Bylaw 2024-01-003 zoning bylaw amendment Z 2024-10 River Point subdivision 47T 23007 TMM.
All in favor? Carried. So we're moving down to council acknowledgements. We have a major event on in the township at the moment, the Allison Fraser Carnival. Betty, can you tell us what's on this week at the Allison Fraser Carnival?
Tonight there's beer yoga, if anybody's interested in running out after this meeting. That's on this evening. Tomorrow night's a break. Then Thursday night we have euchre. During the day, Fit and Feisty has activities at the lodge, at the Laurentian Valley Lodge. And then Friday night we finalize everything with our trivia tournament. So if you haven't got a team in, there's a couple spots left, I'm sure. So make sure you come on out.
Great. And the trail will be open through the weekend as well, Mark?
Yep, we're open daily. Thursday night skates are always our most popular, and it'll be open Thursday night from 6 till 9, and then all day Saturday, and then 6 to 9 again Saturday night. So we had our glow skate as part of the carnival last weekend. Was well attended, and yeah, it was a good event.
Fantastic. It's nice to not have to worry about the ice thawing for a winter. It's all in good shape, and
yes.
Hopefully people are coming out and taking advantage of it because
Yep.
it's.
Yeah, even during weekdays, it seems to be a little busier. I mean, this week I'll say it'll be slower with it being so cold, but even the last couple of weeks, the daytime use seems to be increasing as well, which is good to see.
Great.
Just on behalf of the rec center, anybody that's listening, I just want to shout out a thank you to all the sponsors that help make the carnival. They couldn't do it without the businesses in the area helping them out, so thank you to them.
Good. Thank you.
I just had a quick question for Mark. I know we have a lending hub for skates and snowshoes and things like that. Do you have to call ahead to book to get them, or or you just show up and ask for them? Yeah, so they're here at the municipal office, so that people can, I guess, show up during business hours. They're here, or they can call ahead and reserve them as well. So skates are mainly kid sizes, but snowshoes are everything from beginner, small kids, right up to adults. So there is a good selection. So yeah, so they're here. Probably contact Nevada Sargent, the recreation coordinator, and she can help them out with getting them lent out. Perfect. I just didn't know how that worked, and I was curious myself.
Good. Any other comments? Note and file then. Get a mover and a seconder. Betty and Wendy.
Moved by Councillor King, seconded by Councillor Hewitt, that any items not specifically addressed by motion of council in the regular meeting of January 21, 2025 be noted and filed accordingly.
All in favor? Carried. Confirmatory bylaw. We have a mover and a seconder, Wendy and Jennifer.
Moved by Counselor Hewitt, seconded by Counselor Gauthier-Keel. Be it resolved that Council of the Township of Laurentian Valley approves confirmatory bylaw 2025-01-004 as having been introduced, read a first, second, and third time, and the said bylaw be numbered and signed by the chair and clerk, sealed with the seal of the corporation this 21st day of January 2025.
All in favor? Carried. Motion to adjourn. Jennifer and Betty.
Moved by Counselor Gauthier-Keel, seconded by Counselor King, that the regular council meeting of January 21, 2025 be adjourned at 5:47 p.m.
All in favor? Carried. And we're